Overthinking often disguises itself as being responsible, but what feels like careful thinking is fear wearing logic's clothes. So what feels like careful planning could be really fear pretending to be logic. In this video, we'll break down 5 overthinking patterns that cause decision fatigue and keep you trapped in analysis paralysis, even when you think you're being logical. And at the end, you'll learn the hardest pattern to break, the one that still controls you after you've made the choice.
Loop number 1. Choosing something simple like a job, gadget, or course can somehow turn into an entire investigation that eats up your whole week. Before long, the more information you collect, the less confident you feel. You'd probably think that gathering more data makes you smarter and safer from mistakes, but the reality is every new detail gives your brain another reason to hesitate and another what if to obsess over. So the research meant to bring clarity just multiplies your uncertainty until deciding feels impossible. But trusting your gut also can feel like gambling with your future. So how do you make smarter choices without drowning in details? Try naming what you're really searching for before adding more information. This exposes the emotional motive disguised as curiosity, because most of the time, you're not seeking facts, you're seeking safety. When you feel that urge to check one more review, ask yourself, do I want information or reassurance? So you can start trusting direction over control. Studies show that identifying emotional motives reduces decision paralysis and boosts follow-through by half. Remember, confusion begins where fear hides unnamed. So find the fear before you find more facts.
Loop number 2. Someone asks everyone for input before deciding. Coworkers, family, even strangers online, until the decision that once felt personal now sounds like a group project. Pretty soon, they've got 12 different answers and 0 real clarity. You might assume that collecting everyone's opinion protects you from bad judgment and helps you find the best answer. However, what's really going on is every voice adds a new layer of doubt that buries your own. So the safety net of advice quietly becomes a web of doubt that strangles your own voice. But ignoring advice also can feel reckless and arrogant. So how do you stay open to feedback without losing your own voice? Consider asking for alignment, not approval, when you seek advice. This turns decision-making from people-pleasing into value-checking. When you catch yourself polling everyone, pause and ask, who reflects what matters to me, not just who agrees with me? So you can stop trading self-trust for borrowed certainty. Research says people who filter guidance through personal values gain 45% higher confidence after deciding. Remember, endless opinions blur intuition until you can't hear your own. So align your questions with who you are, not who they are.
Loop number 3. A person can spend weeks comparing options, mapping every possible outcome, convinced that there's one flawless path that guarantees no regret. After a while, the pressure to pick right becomes heavier than the choice itself. You'd expect that waiting until you're 100% sure means you'll avoid disappointment and finally feel confident. But here's the thing. Certainty is a moving target that always shifts the closer you get. So waiting for it only teaches your brain that action equals danger. But choosing faster also can feel careless and irresponsible. So how do you make confident choices when perfection keeps moving the finish line? Start with accepting loss as proof you've chosen. Every real decision kills another possibility, and that's what makes it real. When hesitation hits, tell yourself, this ache means I've committed to something alive. So you might stop chasing perfect safety and start chasing real growth. Studies reveal that those who embrace trade-offs early feel 60% more satisfied long-term than perfectionists who wait. Remember, every choice costs something worth mourning. Let the loss confirm your courage, not question your decision.
Loop 4. Decisions pushed to tomorrow stack up until weeks disappear and nothing actually changes.
Next thing you know, the waiting for a better time becomes the very reason progress never seems to start at all. It seems like delaying your decision gives you room to think and lowers pressure. But what happens is your brain starts associating action with danger and relief with avoidance. So your comfort zone becomes hesitation, and progress starts to feel dangerous. But rushing in also can feel reckless and doomed to fail. So how do you move forward without feeling like you're forcing it? Try building emotional safety in motion instead of waiting for readiness. This retrains your nervous system to link calm with action, not avoidance. When you feel the pull to delay, take one tiny step that's safe but forward, so motion becomes comfort instead of threat. Research tells us that consistent microactions release dopamine that rebuilds trust in future movement. Remember, waiting feels safe because stillness can't disappoint you. Teach your body that calm can exist while moving.
Loop 5. After deciding, many replay every what if like a bad highlight reel they can't stop watching. Eventually, they're not just questioning the choice, they're questioning their own ability to ever choose right again. This could look like reflection and learning from past mistakes, which sounds smart. But the truth is, rumination traps you in self-doubt loops where you can't build trust in your future self. The replay meant to teach ends up punishing instead. But completely ignoring regret also can feel like pretending lessons don't exist. So how do you learn without reliving every decision that hurt? Start with turning regret into gratitude for awareness. That subtle reframe shifts pain into proof of growth, showing you what you now see that your past self couldn't. When an old decision replays, say, "This memory means I've evolved." Regret becomes recognition, not punishment. Studies suggest that gratitude-based reflection increases resilience and cuts rumination nearly in half. Remember, regret is evidence of expansion, not error. So thank the lesson, then let it rest. These loops don't make decisions safer. They just keep you stuck believing confusion equals control. Once you break them, your choices start feeling lighter, faster, and infinitely more yours. Which of these loops traps you the most? Over-researching, over-asking, over-perfecting, delaying, or replaying? Let us know in the comments below.